Hey there, my wonderful friends. Welcome back to the channel. We're all about living healthier, happier, and wiser as we embrace our golden years. I'm so thrilled to have you here today, and I hope you're feeling as excited as I am to dive into something super important, our memory. You know, as we get older, especially after 70, it's totally normal to notice little moments where we misplace our keys, forget a name, or wonder, did I turn off the stove? It happens to all of us, and it's nothing to feel embarrassed about. But here's the good news. There are simple, delicious ways to give our brains a little extra love and keep our memories sharp. Today, we're going to talk about 8 foods that surprisingly boost memory after 70. These aren't fancy, hard-to-find ingredients or some expensive superfood trend. Nope, these are everyday foods you can find at your local grocery store, and they're backed by science to help support your brain health. I'm going to share why these foods work, how you can easily add them to your meals, and even a few personal stories from my own life or from friends who've seen real changes by eating smarter. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfy, and let's dive into this together. By the end of this video, you'll have a list of foods that'll make you feel empowered to take charge of your memory and keep living your best life. Before we start, if you love learning about ways to stay healthy and vibrant in your senior years, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss a video. And if you find this helpful, give a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people like you who want to live with wisdom and joy. All right, let's get into it. Why memory matters and how food can help. Let's start with a little heart-to-heart. Our memory is like a treasure chest. It holds our life's most precious moments. The way your grandkids' faces light up when you tell them stories, the recipes you perfected over decades, or even the quiet moments when you reflect on a life well lived. Keeping that treasure chest in good shape is so important, not just for us, but for the people we love. And here's the thing. While aging naturally brings some changes to our brains, we have more control than we think. What we eat plays a huge role in how well our brains function. You see, our brains are like engines, and they need the right fuel to run smoothly. Certain foods are packed with nutrients, like antioxidants, healthy fats, and vitamins, that protect our brain cells, reduce inflammation, and even help grow new connections in the brain. Scientists call this neuroplasticity, but I like to think of it as our brain's way of staying young and flexible. So, the foods we're talking about today aren't just good for your body. They're like a warm hug for your brain. Now, I'm not a doctor, but I've spent years reading up on this stuff and talking to experts, and I'm so excited to share what I've learned. These 8 foods are ones you want to keep in your kitchen, and I'll explain why each one is a memory-boosting superstar. Plus, I'll give you practical tips to make them part of your daily life without feeling like you're overhauling everything. Ready? Let's go. Food number 1, blueberries, the brain's best friend. First up, we got blueberries. If there's one food that deserves a gold star for brain health, it's these little blue gems. I call them brain berries because they're so good for your memory. Blueberries are packed with antioxidants called flavonoids, which help protect your brain cells from damage. Studies, like one from Harvard, have shown that eating blueberries regularly can slow memory decline in older adults. How amazing is that? I remember visiting my friend Susan a few years ago. She's in her late 70s, sharp as a tack, and she swears by her morning blueberry smoothie. She told me, I used to struggle to remember little things, like where I park my car. But ever since I started eating blueberries every day, I feel like my brain's firing on all cylinders. Now, I'm not saying blueberries are a miracle cure, but they're definitely doing something right. How to eat them. Add a handful of fresh or frozen blueberries to your oatmeal, yogurt, or smoothies. You can even toss them into a salad for a sweet twist. If fresh ones are pricey, frozen blueberries are just as good. Stock up when they're on sale. Aim for about a half cup a day, and your brain will thank you. Food number 2, fatty fish, omega, 3 powerhouses. Next up is fatty fish, like salmon, mackerel, sardines, or trout. These fish are rich in omega, 3 fatty acids, which are like building blocks for your brain. Omega-3s help reduce inflammation, improve blood flow to brain, and even support the growth of new brain cells. There was a study in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease that found people who eat fish regularly have less brain shrinkage as they age. That's a big deal. I'll be honest, I wasn't always a fish person. Growing up, my mom would make cod, and I'd push it around my plate. But now, I love a good grilled salmon with some lemon and herbs. My husband and I have Fish Fridays at home, and it's become a fun tradition. Not only is it good for our brains, but it's also a chance to slow down and enjoy a meal together. How to eat them? Try to eat fatty fish at least twice a week. Grill or bake salmon with a little olive oil and your favorite spices. If you're not a fan of fish, canned sardines or mackerel are affordable and easy to toss into salads or spread on whole grain toast. If fish isn't your thing at all, talk to your doctor about a high-quality omega-3 supplement. But food is always the best way to go. Food number 3, nuts. A handful of brain power. Let's talk about nuts, walnuts, almonds, pecans, you name it. Nuts are like nature's multivitamin for your brain. They're loaded with healthy fats, vitamin E, and antioxidants that protect your brain from oxidative stress. Walnuts, in particular, are amazing because they even look like little brains. How cool is that? Research from UCLA showed that eating a handful of walnuts a day can improve memory and cognitive function in older adults. I keep a little jar of mixed nuts on my kitchen counter, and every afternoon I grab a small handful as a snack. It's so easy, and it keeps me from reaching for less healthy options like chips. My friend Tom, who's 72, started doing the same thing after I told him about the research. He says he feels more alert during his weekly bridge games, and he's convinced it's the nuts. How to eat them? Aim for a small handful, about an ounce, of nuts daily. Sprinkle almonds on your cereal, add walnuts to a salad, or just eat them plain. If you're watching your salt intake, go for unsalted nuts. And if you have allergies, seeds like sunflower or pumpkin seeds can be a great alternative. Food number 4, leafy greens, the brain's green machine. Now, let's get to leafy greens. Think spinach, kale, collard greens, or Swiss chard. These veggies are like a superpower for your brain because they're packed with vitamins like folate, vitamin K, and beta-carotene. A study from Rush University found that people who eat leafy greens regularly have brains that function as if they're 11 years younger. 11 years. That's incredible. I'll admit, I used to think greens were boring. But then I started experimenting with recipes, and now I'm hooked. My go-to is a spinach salad with some strawberries, nuts, and a light vinaigrette. It's fresh, it's colorful, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something good for myself. I even got my neighbor Linda, who's 75, to start adding kale to her smoothies. She was skeptical at first, but now she says she feels more energized and focused. How to eat them? Try to get at least 1 serving of leafy greens a day. Toss spinach into a smoothie. Saute kale with garlic and olive oil, or make a big salad as your main dish. If you're new to greens, start small and mix them with flavors you love, like a little bacon or a tangy dressing. Food number 5, eggs, the brain's protein boost. Eggs are next, and they're one of the most underrated brain foods out there. Eggs are packed with choline, a nutrient that helps your brain produce acetylcholine, a chemical that's crucial for memory and learning. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people with higher choline intake perform better on memory tests. I love eggs because they're so versatile. Whether it's a fluffy omelet with veggies or a hard-boiled egg as a snack, they're quick and affordable. My dad, who's 80, has eggs almost every morning, and he's still beating me at crossword puzzles. He swears it's the eggs keeping his mind sharp, and I'm starting to believe him. How to eat them? Aim for 2 to 4 eggs a week, depending on your dietary needs. Scramble them with some spinach and tomatoes. Make a veggie frittata, or keep hard-boiled eggs in the fridge for a quick snack. If you're worried about cholesterol, talk to your doctor. But for most people, eggs are a fantastic addition to a brain-healthy diet. Food number 6, dark chocolate, a sweet brain treat. Okay, who's ready for a fun one? Dark chocolate. Yes, you heard me right. Chocolate can be good for your brain. Dark chocolate, at least 70% cocoa, is rich in flavonoids, caffeine, and antioxidants that boost blood flow to the brain and improve focus and memory. A study from the Journal of Nutrition found that people who eat dark chocolate perform better on cognitive tasks. I don't know about you, but this one makes me happy. I have a little square of dark chocolate with my coffee in the afternoon, and it feels like a treat that's actually good for me. My friend Margaret, who's 71, started keeping dark chocolate in her purse after I told her about this. She says it's her brain candy, and it helps her stay sharp during her book club meetings. How to eat it. Stick to a small piece, about an ounce, of dark chocolate a day. Look for high-quality brands with minimal sugar. You can nibble on it plain, grate over yogurt, or even melt it into a healthy dessert. Just don't overdo it. Too much sugar can cancel out the benefits. Food number 7. Avocados, creamy brain fuel. Avocados are another fantastic brain food. They're full of healthy monounsaturated fats that support brain cell health and improve blood flow. They're also a great source of vitamin E, which protects your brain from damage. A study from the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease found that diets rich in healthy fats, like those in avocados, are linked to better cognitive function. I love avocados because they're so creamy and satisfying. My go-to breakfast is avocado toast on whole grain bread with a sprinkle of sea salt and a fried egg on top. It's like a hug on a plate. My cousin Ellen, who's 73, started eating avocados after I shared this tip, and she says she feels more clear-headed during her morning walks. How to eat them. Aim for half an avocado a few times a week. Spread it on toast, add it to salads, or blend it into a smoothie for extra creaminess. If you're watching calories, just use a smaller portion. Every little bit helps. Food number 8. Turmeric, the golden spice for your brain. Last but not least, we got turmeric, that bright yellow spice you might know from curry dishes. Turmeric contains curcumin, a compound with powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. It can cross the blood-brain barrier, which means it goes straight to work protecting your brain cells. Studies like one from UCLA have shown that curcumin can improve memory and even reduce the risk of cognitive decline. I started adding turmeric to my cooking a few years ago, and it's been a game changer. I sprinkle into soups, stir into scrambled eggs, or mix it into a warm glass of milk for a cozy golden latte. My friend John, who's 76, started doing the same after I told him about it, and he says he feels more focused during his daily crossword puzzles. How to eat it. Use turmeric in your cooking a few times a week. Add a teaspoon to soups, stews, or rice dishes. You can also make a turmeric tea by mixing it with hot water, a little honey, and a pinch of black pepper, which helps your body absorb curcumin. If you're on blood thinners or other medications, check with your doctor before adding a lot of turmeric to your diet. Bonus tips for a brain-healthy lifestyle. Before we wrap up, I want to share a few extra tips to keep your brain in tip-top shape. Eating these foods is a fantastic start, but combining them with other healthy habits can make a big difference. First, stay active. Whether it's a daily walk, gardening, or dancing to your favorite music, movement keeps blood flowing to your brain. Second, challenge your mind. Do puzzles, read books, or try learning something new, like a language or a musical instrument. Third, get enough sleep. Your brain needs rest to process and store memories. And finally, stay connected. Spending time with friends and family keeps your brain engaged and your heart full. I've seen this in my own life. My Aunt Betty, who's 82, is the queen of staying active. She walks every morning, does crossword puzzles, and hosts a weekly card game with her friends. She's always telling me, keep your body moving and your mind curious, and you'll never feel old. I think she's on to something. Well, there you have it, my friends. 8 foods that can help boost your memory after 70, from blueberries to turmeric and everything in between. I hope you're feeling inspired to add some of these to your meals and give your brain the love it deserves. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about making small, sustainable changes that add up over time. Your brain is one of the most incredible parts of you, and it's never too late to take care of it. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's your favorite brain-boosting food? Are you a blueberry fan? Or maybe you're all about that dark chocolate life? Let me know, and let's keep this conversation going. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and subscribe if you haven't already. We got so much more to talk about when it comes to living healthy, happy, and wise in our senior years. Until next time, Keep shining, keep learning, and keep taking care of yourself. You got so much wisdom to share with the world, and I'm so grateful to be on this journey with you. See you in the next video.